let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. You can buy a car at Willis Automotive just like Ross Peterson did yesterday. This first segment may be an hour-long commercial for Willis Automotive, but we got to go through Ross's buying experience. You can start your buying experience at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and give this channel a subscription. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. You can call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels. Do you feel like a new man? You have a brand new car, something you've never had in your entire life.
Yeah, it was fun yesterday. That was good. That was cool. It was a neat feeling. Neat. I don't know what else to say about it, Travis. You know me, dude. It was fun. I feel really cool
about it. Your humility
it.
is inspiring. This is where you and I are completely opposite, right? I mean, you have so much humility. You're humble. I'd be like, man, this is my sales guy. Who was your sales guy?
Chris, my buddy Chris.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Almost every car I've ever purchased in my life has basically my buddy Ryan at Willis, one of my best friends, Ryan Carlstead, who I go fishing with in Canada. I went to high school with Ryan. I've known Ryan for 30 plus years now. Almost every car I've bought in my life has involved a phone call to Ryan to say, hey, I'm getting ready to buy this. And this was kind of the same thing. I mean, it was, conversations. I've been putting money into that Jeep for a long time. And that thing that always kept me away from buying a new car, Travis, was a payment. Because like we've talked about, man, I've just always been I don't have the money, I don't buy it. Every car I've ever had, I've literally walked in with the money. We said 10,000, right? Here's 10,000. Give me the keys, and then it's mine. And Eli is 16. He's driving the 1999 Ford Ranger that's rear-wheel drive, has no weight in the back of it.
Sandbags and tires.
It's going to be an awful winter, right? It's going to be an awful winter. And he mentioned a couple weeks ago something like, man, I really wish I had this Jeep. This would be a fun car to have as my first car, the Jeep Cherokee that I have, Grand Cherokee. And then that kind of just got the wheels rolling. And so I went in and I talked to another guy that I'd met at Willis, was my service guy, Dylan. And I told Dylan a couple years ago, I said, hey, man, I'm going to run this thing till the wheels fall off, just so you know. And we sat down and did the math on how much money I've done in maintenance on the Jeep, what I spent on the Jeep several years ago. And it basically came out to about what my payment is right now on a brand new car. It really did. It was insane. It was crazy. Once I did the math, I was like, oh, this is nuts. Why am I doing that? Why am I driving around in a 10-year-old vehicle when for the same money I could have a brand new car? So went in, put some money down, used because I have zero credit. Thank God for a lovely girlfriend, Courtney. Courtney co-signed on a car for me at 50 years old.
Was that like, hey, honey, I need a favor from you. I need you to take on this debt with me.
We had talked about, these things for a while. She knew. She's aware of the situation she's walking into here.
Nick asked, do you want to sell that Ford Ranger, or did you trade it in?
Nick, no. I didn't trade anything in. Nope. I kept all. So now I have 3 vehicles. Dude, there's something great about having that Ford Ranger.
Just for hauling shit around every once in a while.
Around. Number one, now hauling shit around. Okay. Number 2, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and that thing that's a mechanical truck. There's not much electronic on that bad boy.
The problem is you're going to have people who are like, I don't know how to fix this because I don't know what to plug it in and see what's wrong with it.
Right. So, yeah, that
so if you're wondering,
is a bad dude.
if you're wondering what Ross's car looks like, here is, if you're watching on YouTube, this is Ross picking up his new Nissan Rogue last night from Willis Automotive. Now, what's the warranty on this? Is like 5 years, 60,000 miles?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good-looking car, my friend. Good-looking car.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Getting ready to go on a couple big road trips. I'm going to have to hook up with you and get the Starlink because I'm going to next week. I'll be driving up to northern Wisconsin to do the camping trip. And then in a couple weeks, I'll be headed to the Ozarks. Spend a couple days in the Ozarks with my uncle down there.
Look at that leather interior.
I love the black and brown content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a spaceship when you get in there, where you used to having all the iPad and all the electronics.
Can I tell you something super dorky that a lot of people are going to be like, Jesus, nerd. Dude, the heads-up display. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it puts all of my information on my windshield. Look at you.
Like,
yeah. You've had those for 10 years, haven't you?
I've had no. I've only had one car, because even my Defender does not have the heads-up display. No, it does not. Now, I've had one car that would put the speedometer in the windshield, but it was only the speedometer. So you've got like all the other stuff in the.
When somebody calls, their name shows up on. I'm driving down the road, and it's like you're going 63 and a 65. Pops up.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like the Rogue. I like the Rogue. I've actually looked at a couple going, man, do I want to pull the trigger? And I actually, because I've got a Pathfinder right now, and I've got the Fiat. Now, I finally just downgraded to liability insurance. My insurance guy's like, hey, your cars aren't worth as much as, meaning you've got $1,000 deductible. Your car's only worth $2,000 on a trade-in.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and downgrade to liability. You're not going to replace that car. I'm like,
the insurance thing was not as crazy because there's also I did get, even though I had to add a new car to my insurance, changing the other two much older vehicles to one being Eli's primary vehicle, and neither one of them are going to be driven a lot. Eli's a really good student; he gets great grades, so. All of a sudden, I'm like, yeah, I got to add a vehicle. And the guy's like, well, let's add all these savings in. So anyway, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. The heads-up display has the turn-by-turn. So literally, you're driving down the road and your turn-by-turn direction, your speed. That was the thing. I was like, this is so cool. What I talk about in the video that I sent you, the driver assist cruise control, it's self-driving. Once you get on the freeway, if you set your cruise, it's self-driving. It has lane assist, and it has distance control from the car behind you and cruise control. So you set your cruise control for 65, you set your lane assist, you have to keep your hand touching the wheel, and I mean like loosely touching, and then the car drives itself. It stays behind the car in front of you at a safe distance. If that car slows down, your car slows down. I don't know. All this technology stuff, I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, this is the way cars work.
Welcome to 2026.
Welcome to 2026, Ross. I've had these in cars for a long time. This is the first car I've driven that's not 10 years old. This is the first car I've owned in my life that's not 10 years old.
And it's also a little bit of motivation, right? First of all, you're like, oh, I can have nice things, right? I mean, there is something subliminal like, hey, I can have nice things. Yep. Two, it's like, okay, it motivates you more in the real estate world, motivates you more here to hustle, right? I mean, it's like, hey, got to make the payment, so let's, and you can do that. Well,
I'm thinking how much more productive I'll be now that I don't actually drive. I'm joking. Did I trust the Burger says, do you trust the auto drive? Last night was my first time, Sean, with it for like an hour. We drove out I went and picked my dad up. We went out to Goldie's, had some tenderloins. And so I got to get out on the highway for the first time and really kind of trust it, turn it on and see it. It does this. It doesn't weeble or wobble, but it like does this in the lane. Just a little bit of like back and forth.
See, I have both of those. What you're talking about in the Defender, which I got from Willis Automotive. I keep the cruise distance on, but here's something: when you go on a road trip, just to let you know, one of the downsides is that when you get too close to a car, it slowly eases up, and you don't notice it, and you're like, God, why is everybody passing me? Well, because you've gone from 70 down to 65, and you don't even notice it. Then you're like, I want to pass this guy, right? So it's kind of that gradual slowdown to where you don't notice it. Now, the lane assist, I shut off because I found mine to be too sensitive, meaning that if I
think I'll turn that off.
Creep, it would be like, it's like, okay, I don't need that jiggle every single time.
There is one, and Johnny says, I'm shocked Ross, the conspiracy theorist, would trust all the new technology. That's why the Ford Rangers stand in the driveway, Johnny.
When the apocalypse happens, when the zombies start invading,
you'll hear me honking. You'll hear me honking down there. When you see that sidestepped red Ford Ranger packed full of children.
I've got the supplies in the back.
I shouldn't say packed full of children. That sounded bad. With me and my 2 kids and Courtney.
Okay, I've got water. I've got tents. I've got fishing rods. We're going into hiding, and I'm not telling you where I'm going, but this rear-wheel drive 1999 Ford Ranger is going to get there. It's going to get there. Oh,
good enough weight in the back. So that was the one that got me, like, and this one I actually found. I was watching some videos this weekend before we pulled the trigger, and like I wanted to watch as many reviews as I could and see what I was getting into. And one of them showed me it has that self-facing camera. Do you know what I'm talking about, John?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It knows if I'm falling asleep.
It's watching you.
That I'm not crazy about. But
it's all that data that if you were ever in a wreck, the insurance company is going to come download all that stuff and view everything that you've done, right? Well,
are they really?
You nodded off here.
Oh, no.
Now, you probably have a camera that looks outward too, right? So you have a self-facing camera and you have one that gets your going forward.
All over it.
Yeah. Wow. That's
when you back
cool.
up, it does this thing. It looks like there's a drone above you. You know what I mean? It gives it gives you a live camera. You're like, the fuck?
How's it doing that? How is it going? How's it going 50 feet in the air? But parallel parking is going to be a lot easier for you now.
I've been a good parallel parker. I've been all right with that.
Though you start becoming dependent on the backup camera, meaning I've started driving the Fiat just because it gets like 40 miles to the gallon and it's nice outside. It doesn't have the backup camera because Mary brought it home. And I'm like, I'm backing up going, oh, crap, I don't have a camera. I've got to like look behind me to make sure I don't hit anything.
Tyler says, yeah, Ross, my 2019 has that. Brand new, Tyler. Brand new. Didn't even know. What was the other? There was something else I was going to tell you that I enjoyed about it. Anyway. Yesterday. So Eli is doing like the driver's ed thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goes and he drives with another kid. And he told me yesterday, and I came home and I'm like, how'd it go? He's like, going well. There's a girl that I'm driving with. I don't think she's driven much before. Because she did have a funny moment. She was driving and the guy's like, are you comfortable with parking? And she goes, yeah, I usually back into parking spots. And he's like, oh, well, that's great. Here's a parking spot. Back into this spot. And Eli said she pulled up to it, put the car in reverse and looked at him and went, this one doesn't have a camera.
Where is it? Well, you're going to have a generation
that's true. That's
all.
Has never backed up without a camera.
See that rear view mirror? You can use that. See those side mirrors? Those come in really handy. We all had to learn how to drive with mirrors. How'd you guys do that in the olden days? Well, let me tell you, we used to dial a phone. We used to have the rotary phone.
You know why we say roll up a window? Not push and pull up a window?
Even locks. There were times when locks you had to push and pull
the
a lock.
Had the little knob on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a memory. Yeah, the lock had a little handle on it so you could pull it up and down.
Now the fun part comes where you have to pay the sales tax and get your license plates for said car. I learned something. My daughter was back from Louisiana. She bought a car when she was up here just locally where I'm at. And they knew she was going back to Louisiana, so they didn't give her in transit plates. Well, in Iowa, you have, 15 days to pay your sales tax and get your tags. In Louisiana, you have 40 days. So she actually, when she was over in Muscatine, she got picked up by a state trooper on the way back. And he's like, hey, you don't have it in transit. She goes, well, here's the deal. He goes, okay, all I need is the proof of or bill of sale. So she had the bill of, because I told her, I said, always have this with you if you don't have your plates. So he goes, okay, be on your way. But she got her plates yesterday in New Orleans, Ross. Here's what I liked about Louisiana. Their plates are for 2 years. So you don't have to renew them every year. It's a 2 year. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, she goes, this says I don't have to renew till June of 28. I go, does that sound right? And then Anjanette went online. She goes, yeah, Louisiana are 2 year plates. And I don't know if Iowa's like this. Nebraska's not yet. I think it's changing in 2029. They're a one plate state, meaning she only has to have, they only gave her,
nice too, yeah.
They only gave her a rear plate.
Yeah,
so
because some cars, like, is your Defender even built with a front license plate?
It is. Okay. It is.
Because nicer cars oftentimes aren't.
What do you do if you're a 2 plate state? Because Iowa's a 2 plate state, right?
But I don't think Corvettes have a front plate. But there's lots of Corvettes in Des Moines. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Probably drill a hole in the bumper. There were 2 videos that I saw yesterday that I thought were kind of funny. They were both cop videos.
Okay.
One of them was about a lady who stole a car.
Really?
Yeah. It was the cops pull up to find this stolen car at a CVS, and this lady comes out of the CVS, and she doesn't look like a car thief. And they're like, "Hey, whose car is this?" She goes, "It's my mom's car." Like, no, it's not. How'd you get the car? And she's like, it's my mom's car. I flew into town Friday night, drove by my brother got my mom this rental car, and it's in my mom's name, but I'm driving it.
Can I ask you a question before you keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're a pretty good judge of people. Yeah. And I've watched a lot of these body cam videos and stuff. You can tell when somebody's lying, and you can tell when they're being honest. Did you think she was lying, or did you think she was being
right
honest?
Away, you're like, something's up here, because you can tell this woman is surprised that they are there. Like, it's not like, oh, the cops caught me. You know, she sees the cops and she's like, oh, what's going on here? And the cops like, well, you stole this car. I didn't steal this car. This is my mom's car. I don't live here, but I'm borrowing my mom's car while I'm driving around town. So explain to us, this car was stolen from a store parking lot yesterday. She's like, oh, I was at that store yesterday. Like, what kind of car is your mom's rental car? Well, it's the same kind of car. It's like, the guy whose car got stolen left his key in the car. Can I see your key fob? And she goes, that's actually why I'm here. It's not working. It's not locking the doors. So I've been buying new batteries for it because it's not locking the doors, and I can't figure out how to lock the doors. The cop's like, you took the wrong car. Yesterday,
and she didn't know it. She didn't know it.
No. The previous day, she'd come out, walked up, saw 2 cars that were the same, knew that her mom had rented a, white Malibu, hopped in the Malibu, hit the button, drove away. Guy's like, hey, somebody stole my car. They found it that day later. Totally innocent.
So did they just let her go? I mean, yeah. See, and that's the way that should go down, right? I mean, boy, wouldn't that freak you out?
Oh,
I mean, how many times have you gone in a parking lot? Well, you've only had 10-year-old cars. So now when you go to a parking lot and you see another Rogue that's a titanium version, the same color, you might be like, oh, it's my car.
I've done it with the black Cherokee, the black Jeep Cherokee. There's 1,000 black Jeep Cherokees. Yeah.
What was the other video you watched?
What was I can't. I did have a second one yesterday that was really funny. Now I've spaced out on it. I'm sorry. I should have wrote it down.
One thing I did notice about the Rogue that you got from Willis Automotive is you got the roof racks, right? You've got. So, are you going to get something to mount up there to have more?
Oh my!
You can put your fishing rods in there.
They have like a luggage rack that you can mount up there.
Okay.
The thing that I think, but I don't carry that much luggage. The fishing rods, I might get like a rod holder because like my Hard Truth rods that Glenn let me borrow for a little while, they don't come apart. They're not two piecers. And when I'm going on a road trip, I'm not sure I want to travel with those inside. You know what I mean? They take up space. So I might get a rod holder, but I will be getting kayak holders for the top because that would be a huge space.
Can you get two kayaks out there, or can you just get one? Do you think?
Get two kayaks on top?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you won't get 30 miles a gallon when you have kayaks on top of your car.
No, but I was getting like 36 yesterday. Just so you know, I was loving it. Loving it.
Now, are you going to be? Are you going to run the non-ethanol gas through there?
Oh, like, it's getting premium. It's getting
premium.
It's getting the good stuff. 99 Ford Ranger, ethanol.
Yes. 87. If it took 88, I would do it, but the 99 has to take the cheap gas. Rogue's getting the premium. Attaboy. Yesterday, we had a poll up for Central City Liquors on what product or what category you would like to see on this week's Rush Radio Central City Liquors special. Bourbon was the overwhelming winner. Bourbon ran away with this thing. Did that surprise you? Because we've done a lot of bourbon specials. Yeah, it's just people like the bourbon.
Once you said it yesterday, it was like, oh, duh. As soon as you said the results yesterday, you're like, man, bourbon's running away with this thing. I was like, oh, yeah, duh. Because I think for a long time, and maybe this is our fault. Maybe this is something Brian wanted. I just think that for some reason, maybe my fault, we kind of pitched Central City as like the bourbon place. We have a lot of bourbon snobs, bourbon guys, bourbon douches, whatever you want to call it, bourbon collectors, bourbon drinkers in Central Iowa. And I think that that was one of the things that we turned people, as they were finding bourbon, we were telling them, hey, there's an unbelievable selection over there on the east side of Des Moines.
So bourbon got 55.3% of the vote.
Northsiders would want me to claim that's the north side. Sorry.
Bourbon got 55.3% of the vote. Tequila got 17.6%. Vodka got 11.8%. And THC drinks got 15.3%. So bourbon, again, the overwhelming majority when it comes to the selection. So now Brian is up the ante. So now that we know what the bourbon is, you can go to our X page at Rush Mornings and vote on what bourbon you'd like to see on special. And he gave us 4 that you can choose from. Penelope, 1792, Hard Truth. Glenn might want to come over from Underwood, Iowa, and pick up some Hard Truth bourbon.
Hard Truth bourbon?
That's what he gave it to me. He said, Hard Truth. I've never heard of it. I didn't know there was a Hard Truth bourbon.
Glenn, don't come get one. I'm going to bring one to you when I come to your shop.
And Virginia Distillery. I've never heard of Virginia Distillery either.
No. They're all good.
Yeah.
Guarantee that.
Yeah. They're all good. Right now, 1792, running away with it at 61.5%.
That's the one that's the most famous of those, the most popular. I've not heard of Virginia. I've never heard of Hard Truth. What was the other one you said?
Penelope. I've heard of Penelope.
Penelope, yeah. In fact, Penelope is one. I remember our buddy Joe Hayho, who is the blind pig. He's built the bourbon bar in the speakeasy in his basement. I remember being at a place in Wisconsin one time that had some really rare whiskeys, and I sent a picture to Hayho and Bruno and said, "Tell me what you need here." And one of them was grab that bottle of Penelope. Glenn says he has a few bottles of Hard Truth.
Yeah, but he then even made a Hard Truth. See, that's marketing.
Glenn is on it, dude.
Glenn, that Tri-Center education is getting you. I didn't know you could pick that kind of marketing sense up from Tri-Center.
Can I brag on him for just a second? I'm telling you, man, meeting him, he's one of those guys, Travis. Like when we saw him on TV, when we saw him on camera, you kind of got that impression of his personality and some of it and his like charisma and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, meeting him face to face, looking him in the eye and shaking his hand, like he's the real deal. It was like he said to me with a huge smile on his face. He said, "Man, I haven't figured out how to make money on this thing yet, but I love it."
It's hard like, to make money when you're a custom shop because it's scale. But he
looked
part.
Happy.
Yes.
He looked happy, and he looked like I'm doing what I want to do. I'm serving a purpose, loving God. It was just I don't know. There was something about being around him. I was like, this guy's the real deal.
I don't know Glenn that well. I do know this, that he grew up in Neola. His dad was my public school kids go to like their, especially I grew up in a Catholic town, so his dad was our CCD teachers like on Tuesday or Wednesday night. So I'd go
Catholic
where we learned our catechism and stuff like that. So it was and then they would always sit either in front of us or behind us in church. But Glenn was a lot younger than I am, so but I remember him and his brother, and when I saw that he was doing those rods, I'm like, oh, this has Ross written all over.
Well,
all over it.
I'm going to take Eli over there because then Eli's been looking at him, and the other day he goes, "Dad, do you think I could make these?" And I said, "Well, go over to Glenn. You talk to Glenn about." I don't know. I never once in all of my years of fishing have I held a fishing rod in my hand and thought I could make this. And I've done, and I'm a pretty creative guy, but never once. I was like, oh, well, we'll see.
We were talking about Central City Liquors, and Brian Duax is so good to share with us a lot of things. So I could have held this until Thursday, but I think it's too valuable not to share. For those of you listening on the audio stream, I apologize you won't be able to see this, but we'll describe it the best we can. This is on 2nd Avenue in Des Moines.
It's going to be hard to see. Here's what I'd encourage. If you are watching, make your video as big as possible here. It's going to be kind of hard to see.
And I'll replay the video over and over because it's very fast. But this happened on Saturday.
Right in the middle of the screen.
Right in the middle of the street in 2nd Avenue in front of Central City Liquors. You'll see a car, boom.
Keep your eyes in the middle of the screen. Yeah. You saw it there. They're pointing at it. That's the Todd father's finger pointing in there, I'm pretty sure. All right, watch the video again. Motorcycle, a car pulls out right in front of a motorcycle, and it like flips the dude over the top of the hood.
Ross, Brian pointed out to me. I want you to watch this one more time. Watch closely. There's 2 people on that motorcycle.
Oh my gosh, there are. I didn't even notice it.
There's 2 people on that motorcycle. Boom.
Oh my gosh, they're both okay.
That's great. Yeah, but that car, what is that car thinking?
The car missed him. It's an accident. It's not like, whoa, you jackass. They messed up, man. That guy didn't want to do that either. Didn't know what was happening until that motorcycle hits him. All right, that's enough of seeing it though. Oh.
One more. Boom. Ugh. Damn. Brian, if you have more videos, we'll take them. This is where they could have a reality show at Central City Liquors, and I swear it would be the best. Pawn Stars in Las Vegas is great. I think you go to Middle America, I think it was good when it started. Then of course, like every reality show, you kind of got to go over the top. What was that chopper one? What was the one where
American Chopper?
American Chopper. I think that started out.
No. West Coast Customs was the guy that did he was Count. He would do the cars.
Yeah.
It was American Choppers, right? That did. Was that? And were they the family?
Yes.
And the dad and the brother got in a big fight, and then the one brother was just a lazy. He was kind of like the lazy fat. Chumley character.
Yeah. But when it starts, it's great. But to keep it going, you need the drama, and it loses its luster. You're like, okay, this isn't what it used to be.
I think that it's I think most of those reality shows, it's one of those things, Travis, it's seeing behind the curtain. Once you kind of figure out, like, I loved Dirty Jobs. And then it would be like, Mike Rowe would be commentating, but you could, once you started to like, I don't know, see the production of it, you'd be like, oh, this is all like, nobody's been inside of this old shit tank for 43 years. And it's a camera shot pointing out at him climbing in. I'm the first person. You're like, well, the camera guy's in there.
He beats you to it.
Little things like that. And it just dissolves the illusion. American Pickers. Like, I remember American Pickers for a while. I was like, I don't think I like this show. I don't like this show that they go to these people's houses and kind of steal their stuff for pennies on the dollar and then brag. It's like, well, I'll give you $200 for that old railroad cart. And then it cuts outside and he's like, I can sell that for $2,000. You're like, you prick. But then you find out that what happens behind the scenes is all of that stuff is negotiated weeks in advance. And this is just a TV show. They just come in with the cameras and go, oh, I see that thing in the back. No, they didn't. A guy found that weeks ago and they placed it there so that the camera could see it just between all the other stuff.
Yeah, Owen got a reality one. He traded his pickup. He won a new work truck, got a new truck, and they're like, we can only give you $2,000 for your truck. He's like, well, I could probably sell it for more. Next day after he bought his truck, it was on their website for $9,000.
Exactly right. And I get it, they got to make money. I get it.
Yeah.
There was another one that was just through my head there. The Pawn Stars. It's always funny how it was like, well, hold on a minute. I got to find my antique wood expert. And the guy's like walking in the door.
Hey.
Oh, he knew.
Sometimes the key to feeling better comes from just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. We have a groundbreaking date for Cytown in Ames. We'll discuss when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you my dream job is no job, you know. A front row tickets to every show, you know. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, you know.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, you know. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Willis Volvo Cars, and I'm here to tell you that if you haven't looked at a Volvo in a while, you're in for something amazing. We have cars with 455 horsepower, Bowers & Wilkins audio system, 22-inch wheels, and a ride that would blow your mind. And with 1.99% financing up to 72 months, we'll be able to find the vehicle that you are looking for in your budget. Or call, click, or visit us at willisvolvocars.com. Stop on down to the showroom, take a ride. You'll be glad you did.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense, because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
When you need a mortgage for the home you're getting ready to buy, or the land you're getting ready to buy, or the home you're getting ready to build, Gary Presnall is a mortgage banker with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes the past 25 years. He offers VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans and conventional new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. Gary can get your loan pre-approved in less than 30 minutes, and it can happen after hours, during the week, or even on the weekends. He's been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the last 8 years. Why would you go with anybody else? Or why wouldn't you go with anybody else? Give him a call at 515-975-6767 today. Oh, Ross, I have one more thing on your brand new car. One more thing. Just hear me out.
Okay.
Whatever you do, do not leave the keys in the car and unlocked in front of your house.
Yeah, I won't do that.
It's a little more enticing now.
It's a lot more enticing.
Yes.
I will tell you this. I did not last night.
Okay. When you do it, it has a little sound that the horn makes when you lock it that lets you know that it's locked.
It actually has a setting I can put on it so that it auto locks. As I walk away with the keys, it auto locks. I was like, oh, that's a great feature for an idiot like me. And the guy's like, do you ever forget stuff in the car and go back to your car? I'm like, yeah, every day. He's like, maybe not the best feature for you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Defender comes with an app, right? So
Yeah.
if Anjanette forgets all of a sudden, meep, your car is unlocked. Meep, your car is unlocked. Nobody's in your car.
You would hate me in these moments.
I know I would.
The guy's like, there's an app. I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, it does a lot of great things. It's can show you where your car is parked. You can start your car remotely. You know, there's lots of different things that you can do with it. And I'm like, he goes, it's free for the first year. And my brain goes, I just bought a $50,000 car. And my brain goes, this is where they get me. Free for the first year. Then what's it going to be? $12.99 a month? Something like that. And he's like, it's like $2 a year. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
People are asking what color my shirt is. I would call this lavender. I'm golfing today, so it's going to be really
at
Field
the
Club of Omaha.
Okay.
Going to the club today.
Nice. Is it outing or just having
And I'm taking a client out, so taking a client. Yeah, doing some business development. Speaking of business,
and you just rock those Ram hybrids right in front of clients at the club.
No, I don't have Ram hybrids anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah, I got now my driver. I never use the driver anymore because I can't hit a driver. I have this internet driver that I bought that I really like, but all my irons are hybrids. And I forget what kind they are, but it's kind of a name brand. It's not Ram, so they look somewhat presentable when they're in a bag. You know. Now I still have a putter from 1969 that you guys gave me a hard time for, even though it's the only thing I have left from my father that I have a memory of. So, it doesn't.
I didn't know that putters said things like this. One says Sam Snead's dad is what it says on the putter.
Pretty close. Pretty close. It's that old, folks. It is that old. But, doing some construction business development today, and construction's kind of on the brain this morning because yesterday we finally heard from Jamie Pollard. We got the news release on Friday, and then yesterday he's like, hey, everybody, thanks for everybody reaching out. Hard to keep up. President Cook and I were on a visit with Goldenrod looking at a hotel for Cytown, kind of a prototype. And good news, they're going to break ground on Cytown on September 2nd. Now, why is Cytown? I'm just curious, Ross. Why is Cytown so polarizing for people?
Boy, that's a good question, Travis. I mean, you mentioned it yesterday that there are some people, there's a small portion of it that is upset about the disruption it's going to have to the tailgating. Because that was one of the unique things about Iowa State. It was that continuous tailgating experience that you could have. Am I saying that right? Dan's our wordsmith here. I think I said those words correctly. I think I'm using the English language in the proper manner. I think there are some, but that's got to be a small percentage of it, Travis. I would love to hear from people. What is it that's upset them? Because I don't really get it. I think when I'm up there at Coldwater, which is the golf course that used to advertise with us, and they're just on the east side of the grounds there. I mean, you again cross the bridge, you're in this campground. The campground is adjacent to the fairway. You see it. You can stand there and go, oh yeah, there's Hilton. There's Jack Trice. I can see what Jamie Pollard's vision is there. And it's like when I saw these first renderings, I was like, this is super duper cool. Is it a huge gamble? Yeah. But as far as why people, is it partly just because Jamie Pollard's kind of polarizing? There are people that I think have kind of they've Donald Trumped him, where they've picked their team. They've decided whether or not they like Jamie Pollard, whether he does something, doesn't do something, does what they want him to do. It was too late. He's selling beer. Wow, why didn't he do it in the 90s? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Well, here's some stuff coming in. Coach Ursup says Cytown is polarizing because because you're not going to a ball game or basketball tournament. You're at home, and Ross is saying right now it's taking away from the tailgating experience. But is it? Because you'll be able to do things in Cytown that are a lot like tailgating. And let's use Baseball Village down in St. Louis as a perfect example. Baseball Village is one of the best places I've ever been for a sporting event. Virginia says Cytown seems great in concept, but we all know it's going to lead to empty storefronts and high leases.
I think that it seems to me to be maybe I ain't using words so good. That seems to me to be the biggest fear for my friends that Ames was home, or they went to Iowa State, or they're just Iowa State fans. All three of those things apply here. Because people that Ames was home, this seems to there's a little bit more juice in the fire. And so I think that's one of the fears, is that it's like, we're going to build this thing and it's going to look like a ghost town.
My fear is this. Now, for those of you that are new to the show, my full-time job, I work for a construction company. Now, I'm not an estimator. I'm not a project manager. I'm not a superintendent. I'm a marketing guy and a business development person, right? But I've been around it enough to know, hey, what things cost. And I can tell you right now, Ross, they wrote this contract at a cost going between $175 and $220 million for the development. That ain't happening. Looking at the renderings that are on Cytown, you're talking at least closer to that 350 to 400 million. If they build it with quality and they build it the way it looks on the renderings, you're talking at least a $400 million development.
Wasn't the first number you told me 225?
Between 175 and 225.
Between 175 and 225.
That ain't happening. So they're
you
talking
think
about
this is going to be north of 200.
I think it's be north of 300
or 400.
I think it's north of 300, closer to 400. If they build what's on the renderings. I mean, let's just use this as an example. So they're building a 78,000 square foot medical facility. Medical costs different than regular commercial. Building a medical facility is completely different than building a restaurant or even an office. You're looking at anywhere between $500 to $600 a square foot.
Is that, Travis, just simply because of the amount? Every single room has to be... Every single room has to have full capacity of stuff.
Well, it depends on what type of medical facility it is. But let's say you're going to have imaging in there. Let's say you're going to have CTs. Let's say you're going to have exam rooms. You may have little minor ORs. The cost of that is just higher than what it is to build a white box office building, right? Okay, they're getting ready to build what is on there. It says, I was going through the contract today, a 7-story hotel to anchor to Hilton. Well, we're building a 7-story hotel now that is upwards of $60 million. So you're at 60 just for the hotel. I will say this, they're going to build 2 5-story condo buildings that they're going to sell for $500,000 a condo. You are undervaluing those condos. It's undervalued. Right now, we're building 2 5-story condo buildings. They haven't started yet because they haven't sold, but the minimum you can get in is $1 million.
Dude, I'm not going to knock you. I am selling I had listed a beautiful condo up in Ames in an old renovated elementary school at around $400,000. Yeah.
So you're going to live, you're going to get a luxury condo, and they're only building 60. So if you sold all 60 at $500,000, that's only $30 million. That's not paying for one building. You need to. So the math isn't mathing here for me.
And that's not leased. So that's sold.
Yeah,
that's sold. That's $30 million, and now you don't own that section anymore.
Now you're going to have HOA fees, you're going to have condo fees, you have all that stuff.
Right. But you also have an entire staff and a bunch of overhead and maintenance costs. I mean,
Now, don't get me wrong. I love the concept of Cytown. I think they threw a number out there they weren't quite sure of. Because even when they launched this, in 2023, 2024, even by those dollars then, that still would have been on the low end. You've had escalation over the last 2 years. They're already a year behind, and I think they're a year behind because the math wasn't mathing. And developers, they put a pro forma together, right? You're like, because Goldenrod is taking on all the construction cost. Iowa State's not on the hook for the construction cost. Now, Goldenrod's under a 30-year lease to where they're able to make their money back. But you put a pro forma together for investors. And this is how this works. You go out to the market and you say, hey, do you want to invest in this? Give us $500,000, give us $1 million, and your return on investment should be 10 to 12%, right? A lot of people will do this type of real estate investment. And right now they're like, the pro forma's not hitting there. That's my opinion. Now, do I think you're going to have empty store leases? That's a good question, because where else are you going to go in Ames? You're going to go up to Welch Avenue? You're going to go to Old Town? I don't think so.
You mean on game day?
Or any time. I mean,
kids are still for the most part. Yes, I would say they're still going to go to Welch Avenue. They're still going to go. Yeah, they're still going to go to those.
But
places.
if you had cool stuff, they have an amphitheater in there, and if you have cool stuff, but you are going to rob Peter to pay Paul, meaning that if you create a new district, you're going to take business away from Welch Avenue. You're going to take business away from Old Town. But that's capitalism. There's competition everywhere. But when you have games basically in the fall and all winter long, you have something there for people to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Lincoln, Nebraska has a district that they kind of made around Pinnacle Bank Arena. It has not performed the way they thought it was going to. So there is a risk. But to me, when you're trying to generate revenue and this is probably the bet, and you have 46 acres of land, you're like, what are we going to do with this? We can let people park there. We can only charge them $25, $30 to park. That's not going to generate as much revenue as business and hotel and events you can do year round.
Eventually, do they do something with the campground? They
Maybe.
built that bridge to a camp I mean, it's a pedestrian bridge that goes to a campground that gets used a couple days a year.
For as much great stuff Jamie Pollard has done, will his legacy be tied to the success or failure of Cytown?
Man, I love what Norseman just threw in here, because I think this everyone wants forward-thinking people, then they crap all over them when they want to do something.
Amen. Look at the Casey Center. How many people were pissing on the Casey Center? Ross was pissing on the Casey Center. We got Betts Auditorium.
There's no way you're getting the best acts in the world to come to Des Moines, Iowa. I remember thinking that. Paul McCartney was like the first one. I was like,
no, here's the problem, Norseman, why people piss on it. You're right. People want, then they see the price tag of it and they go, oh, well, that's a lot of money. Yes. Nice shit cost a lot. Just the fact.
And it gets more expensive.
Yeah.
And I think maybe part of what your 275 million projection and now looking at north of 400 million, shit gets more expensive. Everything gets more expensive. And when you're putting 1 billion components into something, will Jamie Pollard's legacy be tied to this? You know, Travis, I don't know, because I don't know the timing of how this is all going to work out. Right now, if you ask me, I'm going to say no, and here's why. Because and I'm not. This is not a knock on Jamie's going to be out of town before this thing before we know if it's a success or failure, which is going to take years. It's not fair for us to say in 5 years we can start to have an opinion about whether Cytown's successful or not. When they cut the ribbon and they say, everybody welcome, Main Street is now open, and they let people walk down, are there going to be some empty storefronts? And
probably.
I would say probably also. And if there are for lease signs in those windows on opening day, does that in itself make it a failure?
Now, if there are any commercial real estate agents listening to this, I'm betting that triple net, and triple net is your lease with your taxes, insurance, and repair, like scooping and stuff like, snow plowing. Triple net, you're probably going to be at $27 to $30 a square foot. That's an expense. That's Class A property. You have Class B, you have Class B, you have Class C. That's Class A property, and you're probably looking at closer to $30 a square foot triple net. I know I'm talking about shit I don't even know.
We need Mike McCree here. He's my commercial real estate expert.
And what happens is they'll give you an incentive to come in early. They're like, hey, first 2 years, we're going to put you in at $18 a foot, $19 a foot. Then it's going to go to $30. And then in year one, you're like, I got to break the lease because I'm not making any money, right? Because the rent goes through the roof. That's the danger of it if you don't have people constantly moving through there, because game days can subsidize your business, but you really have to be open 24/7, 365, and have people going through there. Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, where they play the College World Series, is a prime example. Do you know how many, Ross, there are like 3 shops down there where they're only rented out 2 weeks out of the year. People are like, I can't make money there during the year. I'll rent this on a 2-week basis, and I'll pay you $20,000 for the 2 weeks because I'll make that, but I don't want a year-long lease.
So several people in the chat have kind of mentioned the same thing that Irish Hawkeye just wrote in. It says, Jamie has spent the last year bitching about money.
But keep in mind, Iowa State's not on the hook for this. Goldenrod is flipping the bill for construction and a 30-year agreement to manage the entire property. That's how they're going to make their money back. So Iowa State's not putting out. Now, they had to do the infrastructure and stuff like that, but that's small potatoes compared to what the construction is.
And isn't this eventually part of the solution, not the problem?
Yes.
That the idea here is, again, big ideas, big problems, big ideas. The big idea is that eventually this actually turns into a revenue generator for the athletic department. It's not a cost. And so this is something that Jamie saw forward thinking. He, again, might not like it. Yeah, I think that people hate change. It's a human instinct, and I'm not picking on other humans. I'm that way. you hate change.
I would say this, because I've seen this happen. This groundbreaking on September 2nd better be actual and not ceremonial. Now, it's going to be ceremonial because you have people with shovels and stuff. What I mean by that is, don't put a shovel in the ground and then have no activity for a couple months because you're still trying to get your budget in line. Yeah. We had a project where, under political pressure, there was an election. They're like, hey, I need to have a groundbreaking because it looks good politically. Yeah. And we're like, we're not ready to go. I mean, it's going to sit empty for another 3 months.
Just bring out the silver hats and the big scissors. I got my suit.
Yes, and so we did the ceremonial groundbreaking, and then when's construction start? Oh, like 3 months, because there's certain things behind the scenes that you don't see. Contracts have to get signed, all this stuff. And the neighbors who had been clamoring for something to take place for over 10 years, see, another boondoggle. Now we're going vertical now, but there are things where don't let it be ceremonial, meaning that if you're going to put a shovel in the ground, put a shovel.
Don't even do with one of those stupid. And they're doing it. I know.
Yes.
Everybody shows up in their suits and their silver spades.
Yep.
They set the shovel on the ground and get their photo, and then they put their foot on top of the shovel. And that.
Now, I love good groundbreakings. But
look at
from
you.
a business development marketing
standpoint,
absolutely. Don't be ripping the groundbreaking and the ribbon cutting. Those are very, very important.
Your dude comes through on the Benson Boone tickets for me, and I will stop talking shit about your serendipity meetings. Or
what I tell you about the Benson,
I know
you're going to be panicked. You're going to be panicked. But
I know.
Don't worry.
Don't be there. I'm confident. I'll relax. I'll stop picking on your circumvention meetings or whatever. What do you call them? Circle jerks? What are
synergy meetings.
Oh, synergy, not circle
synergy.
Jerks. That's right.
Synergy.
I didn't mean it. I couldn't. I knew it was C. Anyway.
Not circumcision, synergy.
Not that either. Synergy meetings.
We got an hour in the books. We got an hour to go. Good to have you hanging out with us on a Tuesday morning. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery, you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. Summer's here, and we have the perfect cure for summer boredom. The 2026 Range Rover Sport Dynamic with 1.9% financing available is the perfect cure for your boring car or your summer boredom. So stop on down and take it for a ride so you can see what I mean, or call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com or stop out at the showroom. You'll be glad you did.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Volvo Cars. The all-electric 2026 Volvo EX90 is here. Advanced safety, premium comfort, and impressive range, all in one SUV. They have one available in Onyx Black, plus drive home a 2026 XC40 for as low as $399 a month. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, give this video a like, leave your comments in the comment section. Phone lines are open at 515-517-2303. And, of course, follow us on our social media channels. We're on X this morning. You can vote on what bourbon you would want to be on sale for the Rush Radio Central City Liquors Deal of the Week coming up on Thursday with Brian Duax.
1792 running away with it right now.
It is. Not a lot of votes, but, you know, I made the poll for 2 days, not 1 day. Okay. So there will be plenty of time to make a vote on what bourbon you would like. Did you watch the Home Run Derby last night?
I did not.
Has this been the most least talked about All-Star game and festivities that you can remember in a long time? It does seem like that to me, or is it just the fact that I've just tuned out of the All-Star game?
I just think All-Star games have kind of run their course. Do we care at all about any of them anymore? The NBA All-Star game has become an absolute joke. The NFL All-Star game has gone away. The NHL All-Star game tried to do everything they could to make that relevant with like the skills competition.
But even the NHL All-Star game itself there's no defense whatsoever. I mean, it's high scoring and it's not a hockey game.
is there? I don't know what the solution is. I mean, I thought for a long time that the solution for baseball would be to emulate what hockey did. Baseball should do a skills competition. I've joked about this. Remember those old Tom Amansky videos when we were kids?
Yeah.
And it was like skills competitions where kids from the outfield were throwing balls into 50-gallon trash cans at home plate. They'd lay a trash can at home plate and a kid would try to bounce a ball into the bucket. Or you could have bunting competitions, lay out little circles like bullseyes on the field and have, with the lights these days, I bet you could do it without it instantaneously. I mean, there's so many fun competitions they could do. And I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe just let it go away and give the guys a break in the middle of the season, which is fine. Soccer does this. But they don't have not an all-star game, a break. They say, okay, we're halfway through the season. We're just going to take a little time out here. They take it, and nobody's going to play. And then they go back at it. And that
Chris says
something like that, because it's just the new format. I don't even know. Again,
so
Chris,
what
you have
they
to tell us
did,
what it is.
So last night, the home run derby format has changed. So now in the first round, you have 20 untimed pitches. In the second round, you have 15 untimed pitches. And then in the final, again, 15 untimed pitches. Before there was like a clock on there, right? So now they're giving them as much time as they want to take a hack. So it goes from 20 to 15 and stays at 15. Now, if you were wondering if they were going to fix said home run derby because of where it's being played, which is Philadelphia, Kyle Schwarber was a big part of that home run derby. He was in the lead last night until Jordan Walker stepped up to the plate and hit 6 straight to walk off the final win 12-11. 6 straight. Both of them ended the home run derby with 31 home runs. Walker hit 12 in the final, Schwarber hit 11, and Walker hit 6 in a row and walked off the home run derby. First Cardinal to win the home run derby.
Very cool. First Cardinal to win it. That's kind of interesting.
I guess besides Albert Pujols, give me another Cardinal who you think is a power
That's
hitter.
exactly what I was just going to. Like, who are the great power hitters of Cardinal lore? That's a really good question. If you've got to send, Mark McGwire, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
You know, the funny thing, though, is McGuire in my brain is always an A. Yes.
Funny.
Even though he set the record with the Cardinals, he's always an A to me.
That is funny, though. They legitimately have, like, one of the greatest home run hitters of all time, and we were both like, outside of Pujols. Coach Urson must be confused. He said, do you guys remember the name Mark McGwire?
And that's fair, Coach.
Do you guys remember the guy that saved baseball? Remember him?
I mean, is Pujols
with his home runs?
But let me ask you something. If I said Albert Pujols, this is word association. Aren't you saying Cardinals? You're not saying Angels.
We both did the exact same thing, Trav.
Yes.
I literally, when you said it, I was like, God, who are the other power hitters in Cardinal history? Who are they? They don't have any. Matt Adams? I forgot about Mark McGwire.
Okay, because you're better at this than me. I won't be able to do this.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But I want to do word association with you. I'm going to give you a team. You give me the power hitter.
Okay. Oh, I like this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jack Clark.
We'll start in the American League. In the East, work down and go to the National League.
Steve Balboni. No, okay.
Tampa Bay.
Power hitter for Tampa Bay. Oh, man.
You can only give me one.
Randy Rosarina.
The New York Yankees.
Mickey Mantle.
Ooh, not Babe, huh?
First one was
No, that's fine. No, Boston Red Sox. Ted
Don
Williams.
Baylor.
Ooh.
You're asking for home runs.
Okay, that's fair.
You're asking for guys that, yeah. So I'm going to go.
You're going to go
Don Baylor. Yeah.
Baltimore Orioles.
Eddie Murray.
Good one. Toronto Blue Jays.
Joe Carter.
Chicago White Sox.
Frank Thomas.
Cleveland Guardians or Indians.
Cleveland, Jim Tomei.
Minnesota Twins.
Kirby Puckett.
Attaboy. That would have been mine. Detroit Tigers.
Oh, Detroit Tigers. Cecil Fielder.
Okay. Kansas City Royals.
George Brett, but it shouldn't be. Her home run hitter? Who's the greatest home run hitter in Kansas City Royals history?
Balboni?
Yes, Steve Balboni. Greatest if you have a power hitting threat for the Kansas City Royals in all time. And home run hitter. I mean, maybe I wonder who the career home run is. It Salvi Perez? Salvador Perez might be the Royals' all-time career home run leader. Is that possible? Who else could be up there? Because none of those guys, like, Jermaine Dye, Carlos
George
Beltran,
Brett is Kansas City's all-time
Is he?
home
Okay.
run.
Okay. Then
317.
Who's okay? Do you have the list in front of you?
I do, actually.
Give me the top fives.
George Brett.
Okay.
Salvador Perez.
Okay.
Mike Sweeney.
Oh yeah, Mike Sweeney had a really good career with was he was an MVP candidate one year. I don't think he won it, but he had a good couple years.
Amos Otis.
See, this is why that was fun. Amos Otis is in the top 5 for career home runs for the Royals.
193. Brett had 317. Salvador Perez had 314. Mike Sweeney had 197. Amos Otis had 193. You want to guess who number 5 is? This one surprised me.
I have no idea.
Alex Gordon.
Oh, that's a duh. Yeah. Again, good career.
Texas Rangers.
Juan Gonzalez.
Okay. Seattle Mariners.
Ken Griffey Jr. But boy, that's a fun one though, because they had Edgar Martinez and Jay Bruner. Remember those teams? Those late 90s Mariners teams that were just that's a fun one.
Getting some good names coming in on the chat too. I mean, you like Toronto, Vlad Jr. Oh, there's one that's pretty good.
That's right.
Houston Astros.
Power hitter for the Houston Astros. Jeff Bagwell would be the first one that pops into my head. And then probably a lot of those killer B guys, you know what I mean? Biggio, Bagwell, Derek Bell.
I'm so old that all I remember is Jose Cruz.
Jose Cruz, who also had a son that played. Speaking of Vlad Jr., Jose Cruz Jr. was a good ball player.
Oakland Athletics. Or just the Athletics.
Jose Canseco. Yeah, I see the Bash brothers there.
Los Angeles Angels.
Reggie Jackson is my home run hitter for the Angels.
Okay. Atlanta Braves.
Fred McGriff. Chipper Jones.
Does it get harder with the National League?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm noticing a pattern though that my brain is in that late 80s, 90s. In those formative years are the guys that I'm thinking of.
How about the Phillies?
Mike Schmidt.
That would have been mine too.
Yeah, but dude, that's a good one because Bryce Harper would be a completely fine answer there. Kyle Schwarber would be a fine answer there.
Everybody's like, for the Braves, you forgot Hank Aaron.
I didn't. We're not forgetting, guys.
But again,
it was first name.
This is word association. Just what comes to your mind as soon as somebody says it.
Like
now, if Ross
Dan said Angels, Reggie Jackson played one season there. It must have been a formative year for me, Dan. I don't know. And maybe it's the what's the movie Naked Gun thing that I'm seeing in my head more than anything. But that's, you asked me who power hitter for the Angels, the guy who.
But look what we're doing here. Word association for Ross is different than word association for you listening right now.
Exactly right.
And if you had all day to study this, literally this idea just popped in my head 4 minutes ago, right?
Right.
So it's just that immediate word association.
And by the way, Dan, you totally, this entire thing is so you can mock my associations. Dan says, I reserve the right to mock your associations. Totally fine.
How about the Marlins?
Marlins power hitter. I mean, Ivan Rodriguez played a year there. Jeff Conine, Jeff, was that his name? Was that the first baseman's name that was? Who was the power hitter? Who was a power hitter for the Florida Marlins?
Do you want to know who the all-time leading?
Mike Stanton. Now Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, Giancarlo Stanton has 267.
Yeah. Good call. That was Casey Hall who wrote that in. Stanton for the Marlins. That's a good call, Casey. I wouldn't have come up with that, though, I don't think.
You'll know this. I don't know this name. Dan Ugla?
Oh, yeah, Dan Ugla. Dude, he was a second baseman, power hitting second baseman.
He's number 2 on the Marlins list.
That makes sense.
Manny's number 3. Mike Lowell is 4, and Miguel Cabrera is number 5.
Miguel Cabrera would be the one. Those are good. Yeah. Okay. All guys that had moments like a time where you were like, oh, this dude can hit.
How about the Washington Nationals?
Harper.
New York Mets.
Ooh, Darryl Strawberry.
I'd go Strawberry.
Yeah. Give me a coked out straw up there.
You have options here. Now, this is my brain's going late 70s, 80s, even the early part of the 90s. Milwaukee Brewers.
Paul Molitor is the first name that came to my mind, but that'd be a fun one to look up who their career leaders are, Travis, for the Milwaukee Brewers. Robin Yount, Paul Molitor are the ones that jump into my head. But what would Ryan Braun be up there for career home run leaders?
He's number 1.
Ryan Braun is? Okay.
Robin Yount is number 2.
Okay.
Prince Fielder, number 3.
Oh, yes. Should I come up with Prince quicker than that?
Jeff Jenkins is number 4. And here's a name I forgot about. Gorman Thomas, number 5.
Oh, Gorman Thomas. Yeah. Yeah. Looked like a beer league softball player. Gorman Thomas did.
How about the Chicago Cubs?
Sammy Sosa. But that's a fun one to pull fun names on. Like
St. Louis Cardinals?
Westmar wrote in earlier the name Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman would be.
Yeah.
The
Cardinals?
For the Cardinals, it would be Pujols was the first name that would have come to mind. But again, McGuire. Stan Musial's story is one of the greatest in baseball. Came up as a pitcher, failed, went back to spring training as an outfielder, became a Hall of Famer, and has a statue.
Lots to pick from here. How about the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Dave King, or I'm sorry, not Dave Kingman. Dave Parker was the first name that came to mind there.
Willie Stargell would have been a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How about the Cincinnati Reds?
Home run hitter for the Cincinnati Reds. Ryan Dunn. Is that his name? Was it Ryan? Not Ryan Dunn. Adam Dunn. Do you remember Adam Dunn? He was like 6'5", great big left-handed dude. Struck out 90% of the time. Hit bombs the other 10%. Do you remember that name? Adam Dunn?
Yeah.
Okay. But again, for the Reds, that he wouldn't be one of the all-timers.
So here's your top 5.
Captain Kirk Hawk just mentioned one of my... Dude, the Reds, those late 80s Reds, Eric Davis.
Number 1 on the Reds home run list. Johnny Bench at 389.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't have guessed that.
Joey Votto at 356.
Joey Votto is a stick, dude.
A player you may or may have not heard of, a guy by the name of Frank Robinson at 324.
Hall of Famer.
Tony Perez at 287 and Adam Dunn at 270.
Okay. Tony Perez. Eric Davis. That's a good name. Good call on that.
How about the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Home run hitter for the Dodgers. Pedro Guerrero. That's who I'm going with. He's been doing cocaine for several nights with Pedro Guerrero.
It was funny. I was putting together, we have this AI thing that puts together our social media clips after this. And one of them is high virality, Pedro Guerrero. I'm like, I can't put that out there just because, because you need context of how we got into that conversation, right? What the hell are these guys talking about? Pedro Guerrero and
I
OJ
think that's how
Simpson.
I love it. People be like, oh, they're talking about Pedro Guerrero in Iowa. Wonder what happened there. Oh, yeah, they were talking about Thurman Thomas trying to break records. That's what it was.
How about the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Home run hitter for the Diamondbacks. Matt Williams is the first one that just popped into my head, but that's not fair. Matt Williams is a San Francisco Giant. But Matt Williams, why was he the first guy? Who would be? How about a fun Diamondback was Eric Burns, but he wasn't necessarily a home run threat. Oh, Justin Upton. That's my guy. When you said Rays, one of the names that popped into my head was his brother, BJ Upton, who was not a home run threat at all, but was like a 5-tool prospect guy. And then his brother, Justin, lived up to the hype. Adrian Gonzalez is a good one. Luis Gonzalez.
Okay, so Luis Gonzalez is the all-time Diamondbacks home run hitter. Paul Goldschmidt is number 2.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ketel Marte is number 3. Steve Finley, number 4. And
Steve Finley.
Christian Walker, number 5.
Wow. The Steve Finley, though, if you think about that, he had an entire career with the Angels, right? Before, am I thinking of the... No. You know what I'm thinking of? Oh, my God. Charles Finley? Is that guy's name? He was a pitcher for the Angels. He had like a smoking hot wife. He had like a supermodel wife. Things went bad. There's a memory file being pulled on in my head right now. I don't have my laptop up in front of me. So somebody in the chat's going to have to fact check me here.
San Diego Padres.
Give me a late 90s, early 2000s Gary Sheffield.
Not even in the top 5.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's a fair answer, right? I mean, I don't disagree with you.
He was on pace to win the Triple Crown. Okay, Padres all-time home run leaders. Who are they?
Manny Machado, number 1.
Yeah, he's yeah. Kind of forget about
Nate Colbert, or is it Colbert? Adrian Gonzalez.
Okay.
Fernando Tatis.
Oh, Fernando Tatis.
And Phil Nevin.
Phil Nevin's a fun name. Yeah, Fernando Tatis. He hit 2 grand slams in a game. Is that right? Or is Fernando Tatis one of the guys that hit 2 home runs in an inning when he was playing for the Cardinals? Tatis was a stick too, man. Johnny's name for the San Diego Padres is Benito Santiago.
You know, somebody put Tony Gwynn in there. I didn't view Tony Gwynn as a power hitter. I looked at Tony Gwynn kind of like a Pete Rose. He was going to get you a base hit every time he got to the plate, right? That's why I look at Tony Gwynn.
I time traveled with Benito Santiago one night.
Ayahuasca or what?
Something similar. I mean, just remember him showing up at some point.
Now, the obvious one here, but how about the San Francisco Giants?
Barry Bonds. But if you say you can't say Barry Bonds. Oh. Okay. Dan Finney corrected me. He says, I'm thinking of Tatis Sr. That's who that was. Yes, thank you. Who hit 4 home runs in 1 game for the Cardinals. Thank you so much, Dan. You corrected all that. It is something. All right, so outside of Barry Bonds, and let's even say you can't say Willie Mays or Willie McCovey. Maybe you can't say Bobby
you've eliminated now 3 of the top 5. You've eliminated
3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
Jeff Kent,
not in the top 5.
Okay,
but that's a fair answer.
Again, Matt Williams was a hard hitting third baseman,
number 5 on the list.
Is he really? I wouldn't have thought he was that high. Okay. Who am I missing in there?
Mel Ott.
Oh, Hall of Famer Mel Ott. Guy that was poor Mel Ott. Like if he were if he were a White Sox, he'd be one of the most famous White Sox of all time. Kind of gets lost in the lore there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Drew has mentioned. I've seen a couple people mention the name Ken Caminiti.
Oh wow, he's dead, right?
Dead.
Ken Caminiti dead?
Yeah, and he was juicer. Remember that?
See, I always think Caminiti was an Astro to me. Am I wrong there? Was he
Both.
an Astro?
No, you're right. Both. He had a cannon. He had a cannon of an arm. Do you remember that? That was one of the Caminiti like things. Few people have mentioned this dude. Do you remember the name Kevin Mitchell?
Yes.
Kevin Mitchell, left fielder, who caught a fly ball barehanded. Have you ever seen that clip?
I think I remember that. Yeah, but
running towards the left field foul line, realizes he's misplayed the ball, sticks up, grabs the ball left-handed or barehanded with his right hand. That was another dude. He was built like an absolute bulldog. He came up, he was with the 86 Mets. That 80 and he was looped. That 86 Mets team was insane. It should be there probably are mini documentaries. It was insane. You had guys like Gary Carter and Ray Knight who were total saints, like outspoken Christians, tried to lead other men to God, tried to have an adult relationship with the game of baseball. They were in the same locker room with Lenny Dykstra, Dwight Gooden, and Darryl Strawberry. It was insane. And Mitchell was one of the guys that got looped in with the crazy side. And there were these wild rumors about him. And it turned out he was actually a lot more like Carter. Keith Hernandez was the opposite. Keith Hernandez got painted as a good guy. Turned out Keith Hernandez hanging out with Pedro Guerrero a lot.
Dan, this is the best compliment you could give us. Guys, do you realize this conversation it was more fun than both the Home Run Derby and likely the All-Star Game?
Right.
And we didn't even plan it. It was one of those things where like...
That's a fun conversation.
Jordan Walker... Well, we're not done yet because you got one more team.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. The Colorado Rockies.
Larry Walker, Dante Bichette. Troy Tulowitzki.
Larry Walker makes sense. He's number 2 on the home run list.
Joe Girardi's not up there.
Todd Helton is number 1.
Oh, Todd Helton. Yeah.
Vinny Castilla, number 3.
Vinny Castilla could drop bombs. Casey, good call on that. Andres Galarraga. I had a cat named Andres.
Was Galarraga a Cub at one point? Do I always remember Harry Carey going, Andres Galarraga?
Well, he probably was calling, who knows, Mike Gallego. Andres Galarraga to the plate.
Nolan Arenado?
Nolan Arenado, yep.
And then Charlie Blackmon and Carlos Gonzalez are tied for number 5.
Charlie Blackmon's had a good career. Okay. Those are fun.
Was not a Cub. Okay, so Driftless Highland tells me he's not a Cub. Who did all Andres Galarraga play for?
Pull him up. Expos, Rockies, Braves.
Maybe it's the Braves I remember him on.
That's what I can remember. Expos, Rockies, Braves.
Started in Montreal.
Okay.
Played one season with St. Louis.
Oh, wow. Played for the Cards. Johnny called that.
Went to Colorado.
Oh, man.
Went to the Braves. Texas.
Didn't remember him at
San
Texas.
Francisco. Back to Montreal. Back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Finished his career in 2004 with Anaheim.
Bounced around a lot.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, the Big Cat was his nickname. That was why I had a big cat, so we called him Andres. And then didn't know I had to explain that.
From the Home Run Derby into word association of power hitters of every team in Major League Baseball.
I have a clarification on a clarification. Okay. Tatis, his dad, Fernando Tatis, when he played for the Cardinals, I thought I remembered him having like 2 grand slams in a game or 2 home runs in an inning. Dan said he hit 4 home runs in a game. Baseball Benny just sent me a text. Tatis Sr. hit 2 grand slams in the same inning off the same pitcher.
Damn.
Chan-Ho Park. I was in a game once, Travis. Greatest offensive inning I ever saw was my buddy Ryan Beck. Ryan Beck against us hit 2 home runs in 1 inning, a grand slam, and a 3-run homer. We were up by a run going into the inning, and they 10-run ruled us. He hit a 3-run homer to start the process. They batted through the lineup. He came up with the bases loaded, hit a walk-off grand slam. 7 RBI, 2 for 2, 1 inning, 7 RBIs.
That's an offensive inning.
More offensive production than I had in my career.
515-517-2303. Thanks for letting us indulge in our game of word association.
That was fun. Thanks, Trav. Yeah, that was a weird. That's out of the blue is always the best.
It
Those
is
the best, most fun things. That was fun.
When we come back on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive, talk a little World Cup. Semifinals start today. World Cup action. Next on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. Front row tickets to every show, millionaire. Hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini Des Moines, and this month the heat is on so the roof comes off. Get an all-new Mini convertible with rates as low as 2.99 out to 60 months. If you're looking for something more year-round, you can get into an all-new 2027 Countryman with rates as low as 2.99 out to 48 months on here. Also, we are down to our very last Victory Edition, so if you want to cross the finish line, come check it out now. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit us online at minidesmoines.com or your favorite motoring advisor.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
The World Cup is heating up, and so are we at Willis Nissan. This July, you can score big with 0% on the rugged Frontier, the practical and fuel-efficient Murano, the full-size Pathfinder, and the compact and modern Rogue. And with up to $5,000 in available customer cash on these models, the savings are even better. So stop into our showroom or head online to willisnissan.com today.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
You ready for a fun sporting event? The Disc Golf Pro Tour, presented by Powerball, is touring the country for several events in 2026, and one of them is coming to Iowa. Iowa Lottery VIP Club members will have a chance to enter their prize promotion with a winning or non-winning Powerball tickets for an opportunity to win tickets to Disc Mania Challenge happening August 7th through the 9th at Pickard Park in Indianola, and 5 winners of this promotion will win 2 VIP passes. This ends on July 7th or 27th, so get your non-winning or winning Powerball tickets into this promotion to go watch Discmania, all at ialottery.com.
Dan just sent me an important clarification to the clarification on the clarification.
Okay.
Tatis Sr. never hit 4 home runs in a game. That was Mark No-Hittin' Witten that he was thinking of. Remember that name? Mark Witten?
Yeah, I remember the name.
Another dude with a freaking cannon of an arm in right field. Like comically strong arm in right field. And he picks up the nickname Mark No-Hittin' Witten. 4 home runs in the game, and the dude's got to carry that name. We have great nicknames in baseball. We were just talking yesterday about Will the Thrill Clark, who might have been one of those guys at one point that if you had said, hey, I really need a base hit, I got to send one giant up, and he can't be in the Hall of Fame. Will Clark's your guy.
Is Will Clark not in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so. Is he? If Will Clark's in the Hall of Fame, man, Donnie Baseball, he didn't have the
He's not. He's not.
Yeah, okay, good. I was like, wow, maybe I missed that.
He's in the National College Baseball Hall of Fame in the
Texas?
Bay Area.
Did he go to, was he a Texas kid? Why am I, he was in that kind of, in my mind, golden era of college baseball. When you remember
you say Texas,
Pete,
why do I think Mississippi State?
Okay, that might be it. I remember Pete Incaviglia and Phil Stevenson.
Will Clark went to Mississippi State.
Okay. It's funny.
I think I watched him play at the College World Series.
Several guys remember it as Mark Hard-Hitting Witten. And I remember it as Mark No-Hitting Witten. Maybe it was something we did. I don't know. Maybe my friends were mean.
Do we even come up with names anymore for people?
Nicknames? Are there nicknames for guys? Who's the last
does
guy?
Kyle
with a
Schwarber
nickname?
have one? Is A-Rod a nickname?
No.
Not like Will the Thrill.
Nothing like that. Who's
Jordan was a nickname, right? Jordan.
Who's the last? Who's the last athlete we've given a nickname to? Shaq? Is that? Are we shortening names? Doesn't count?
We're just shortening names at this point.
But isn't that a nickname?
Will the Thrill? You're taking the first name.
Will is a nickname. Who's the last athlete in America? The King is LeBron James.
Yeah, that's fair. His airness is. I mean, you say his airness, you know who you're talking about, right?
That's Michael Jordan. Yeah. Nick wrote in, Carl Tuffy Rhodes is your answer. I like it, Nick. That's a good call. Okay. The Splash Brothers
here we have
is good. Irish Hawk thing.
According to AI, LeBron James the King, the Greek Freak.
That's a good one. That's Giannis the Greek Freak. That's the last, because the King was given to LeBron 35 years ago or whatever. And as Bry writes in, I mean, he did kind of give that one to himself.
I've never heard of this one. Have you heard Steph Curry be called Chef Curry before?
Chef Curry?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I had not seen that one.
Have you heard Kevin Durant be called the Slim Reaper?
The Slim Reaper.
I haven't heard that. It is a good one.
Joker. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, for Jokic.
Nikola Jokic.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Ahmad Gardner. Sauce.
Oh, Sauce Gardner. I didn't know who Ahmad Gardner was.
And
Sauce Gardner, I know who that is.
Patrick Mahomes is Showtime. They go through
okay. I mean, to me, the Chef Curry thing is kind of like the Showtime. I get it. That makes sense. I don't feel like that's the Greek Freak.
That's probably
that one has stuck because again, Giannis Antetokounmpo is so difficult to learn how to say.
I didn't know they called Travis Kelce Zeus.
Never heard that. Kalen had a good one. The round mound of rebound. Anybody from the 80s and 90s knows who that is.
Yeah.
Shaq had do you know Shaq has 15 nicknames? The Big Diesel.
Yeah, I did know that.
You can Google him. Because he gives himself these nicknames all the time. He's a character, man. I really like Shaq. He just seems like a really fun loving. Maybe I don't know. Probably missing something. I'm sure he has bad days too, but he seems like a pretty fun dude. See what I'm saying?
So here are Shaquille O'Neal's nicknames.
This is good.
Big Shamrock.
That was when he was with Boston.
Diesel.
Yep.
Dr. Shaq.
Okay. Because he got a doctorate he gave a commencement address someplace.
Or he got an honorary doctorate.
An honorary doctorate. So he calls it, yeah, okay. They all have a reason.
Hobo Master.
That one I don't know. Never heard that one.
LCL.
I have to look that one up. Yeah, they all have something.
MDE. Manny Shaq Eow. IAOU.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Mayor McShack. Osama bin Shaq. Just Shaq. Shaq Daddy. Shaq Fu. Shakovic. Superman. The Big Agave. And the Big Aristotle.
The Big Agave was when he was with Phoenix. And the Big Aristotle is, what was that? I don't remember where that one came from. Yeah, he's again, fun guy. White chocolate. Somebody threw in white chocolate. Love me some white chocolate. What was Fran's nickname? What did they tell us? His was like White Lightning or something like that. Remember Fran had a nickname in Philly when he was growing up? It was like, anyway, something about being a white guy that could play.
Two conversations that we did not intend to have today, but ended up being really fun. Nicknames and name your power hitter with word association. Semifinals of the World Cup today, Ross. Now, this is the American coming out of me. Granted, I don't give a shit about the rest of the world. But you're playing in the United States. You have the semifinals of the World Cup, and you're playing it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And they're doing it because of the global audience, not of the North American or American audience. Meaning, you can watch it overseas in prime time, but if you're an American who goes to work on a daily basis, you got to find a way to watch the World Cup game. Shouldn't these be prime time games? Or am I just too American here going, I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Spain. I don't care about France. Sure, you can have a prime time game. I don't care. When the Olympics is on, if we want to watch something and it's overseas, we got to get up at 3 a.m. to watch something.
Yeah. What were the first 7 words you said? You said, I don't give a shit about
the rest of the world.
Soccer.
Oh,
first 7 words you said were, I don't give a shit about soccer. But let me tell you why they should change it so that I can not watch this thing. It's a global game. They absolutely have done the math and figured out exactly when to start these games to try to get the most amount of eyeballs, the best viewing experience for people around the world. I'm guessing. But what they didn't think of was, all right, how are we going to continue to get these Americans that don't really care about our game and want this all to be over with anyway? How do we get them to watch?
Look what Virginia says.
Okay.
Ticks me off. When the Cup is hosted in other nations, they don't care about our TV schedule.
Right.
Travis is right. Host nation should put their hosted games in nation's prime time. And to me,
it's 2 o'clock. They're not playing this thing at 9 a.m., guys. They're playing it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a soccer game. It's okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal at all. I think that, in fact, I do think that other countries, they don't always play it in their prime time slot. They play it for when they know they're going to get the most people to watch it. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, it's 2:00. It's not 2 in the morning. It's not even 11 a.m. It's 2 p.m. We think about March Madness. March Madness games tip off at what, 10?
No, usually 11 or noon.
So if you're on the West Coast, what time does Saturday kickoff games happen?
If you're on the West Coast, 9 a.m.
What the hell?
That's a weekend.
Are they not thinking about the fans there?
That's a weekend.
That's, again, it's 9 a.m. versus 2 in the afternoon. I think that you're seeing this through your American lens.
Oh, 100%.
Yep. And going, well, wait a minute. What about me? Because, again, the first 7 words you said were, I don't really give a shit about soccer, but let me tell you why I'm mad that they're not playing this game at a time when I wouldn't watch it anyway. So I guess the right question is, all right, when would they play it so that you would watch it?
Mike says Travis just likes to bitch so he can feel good about himself.
We all do. That's not just Travis. That's a human instinct.
And
not
I don't think I
you,
bitch
buddy.
that much. I bitch about things, but
bitch about things is what we do. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Casey pointed out that I'm going to be golfing anyway, so I wouldn't watch it. 1:10 tee off time.
And I'm not, and listen, I know this comes across as me being a dick also. I'm not trying to. Virginia says 2 p.m. I'm just arguing for a later start time for the host nation. Virginia, and look at her logo. Did you see her logo?
Yeah.
It's
USA
soccer logo. She cares. She cares. And for her, it's like, wait a minute. I want to watch this game, and now it's in the middle of my work day. Thursdays of the NCAA tournament are a little bit different because everybody in your work understands. Oh, UNI plays at 11 a.m., then everybody take the day off. If at 1:45 today you say, hey, I want to watch, who is it? Spain and who? England?
Spain and who do they play today? France. Spain and France.
Okay.
And then you have England and Argentina tomorrow. Final will be on Sunday at 2. Makes a lot of sense because that's a Sunday and you'll have a lot of eyes at that point. Now, somebody pointed out, I think it might have been Dan, said, this is a sport that doesn't need American money. And you're not wrong about that. However, this could be a huge growth market. Much like the NBA caters to China and other portions, there's potential here with USA. Now, you don't want to go head-to-head with the All-Star game, though I think the World Cup would probably get more viewers than the All-Star game because, well, it means more. Now, okay, let me ask you, if the United States would have gotten this far and it was a 2:00 game today, does that change your feeling?
Oh, we would. No. Would I care about the 2:00?
Yes.
No. And I don't think Virginia or you would either, because it would feel more like that Thursday of March Madness. Everybody around you would be shutting down as well.
Okay.
Everybody's attention would turn to it, and so it would be we would have spent the majority of the day today talking about how, man, today's going to be one of those unproductive days at work. Everybody's showing up in red, white, and blue. All we're going to be talking about is the barbecue that we're having at 1:00 to prepare for kickoff at 2.
I can go along with that.
I think that would. So it would have been a different feel. And Virginia did write in. She's like, actually, I'm a teacher. I'm just sitting at home this summer, so I'm going to want to miss the game anyway. Well, enjoy. That'll be a fun afternoon for you. If the U.S. when you said that, Travis, if they would have possibly won, they made it to the round of 16, right?
Yeah, they made it to the round of 16.
Okay,
if they would have got to the semifinals and you're playing at 2:00,
boy,
I would agree with you. But there would be a lot of Americans going, why aren't we playing this at 6 or 7?
I think there'd be some, yeah, but again, I think that no matter when it was scheduled, you would have locked it. It's like a bowl game. You know what I mean? When bowl game times come out, there's that moment of like, oh shit, we kick off then on that day. Oh, okay. Well, now my day is watch the Hawks at X time.
I do agree with you. If Team USA was playing, that most places, well, they wouldn't shut down, but it'd be like, hey, we're going to have the TV on down in the office if you want to if you want to watch the soccer game.
What an event that would have been. And hopefully someday in our lifetime we get that chance to see it.
I don't think it happens in my lifetime.
You're getting pretty close.
I am. I'm getting real close. Thanks for pointing that out.
I think I die before you.
No.
I think so.
No.
I wear stress a lot. Look at how my face looks like a catcher's mitt. Yours still has a sheen to it, and mine's all wrinkled. And
I just react to the sun better than you do.
I've had other activities in my life that might shorten my lifespan.
That's true. I don't.
You've lived it. You've been a good boy.
No, I wouldn't say that. Wouldn't say that at all. And Dan points out he has the sheen because he's bald.
Dan
but
sent
I've seen wrinkly bald heads.
Speaking
before.
of that
I don't look
conversation
like a Shar-Pei.
about me having an adventurous spirit, Dan sent me one of the nicest text messages. I've known Dan since high school. Dan was one of those guys in high school that I was able to look up to because he was such a smart dude. We had wonderful conversations about really deep stuff. And he did help kind of shape the career that I had, getting into sharing my opinions with people. And Dan has watched me from afar as I've drifted and wandered and gone. And he sent me a really, really nice text the other day about, hey man, I'm glad to see you. And, I know you lost your way for a little while, and it's good to see you back on track and headed the right direction. That was just it was an affirming text. It was like, oh man.
I bet Dan listens to us more now than when we were on regular radio.
Well, I think he does. Well, and also it's summer break, so that helps a lot.
We've been part of his routine.
Driftless says, "Who drinks the most out of you two, Travis?" That guy usually lasts longer unless full blown alcoholic. That's why I'm saying Travis and he drinks like fine liquors. He drinks wine, and then he was sharing his liquors the other day with me and Duax. I don't even know what he had. Like, I've never seen this stuff.
Yeah, but Duax pissed on my party. He's like, no, I need to restock your. And I go, my wife spent a lot of money doing this. She did great research, and it wasn't good enough for Brian Duax.
He showed you what his liquor cabinet at home looks like.
Yeah, but he owns a liquor store.
Again, so there's a comparison thing, right? There's this levels to this shit conversation. You're like, oh, look at how proud I am. Dude, I have like 3 bottles of liquor in my house. That's why I don't play that game. You guys started showing that stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to, I do the Homer Simpson. I drift back into the bushes.
I'm out.
I'm just going to let them have their fun here. But you were sharing bottles of stuff I've never seen before. The monk stuff, the chartreuse that the monks
chartreuse.
Make, that marketing you fall for. My
wife swears by it. She cannot find a replacement. You can say it, but my wife is like,
they don't make
we've
it
got
anymore, right?
No, the monks have stopped making it to create more demand. So when they come back out to make it, they can, instead of charging $50 a bottle, can charge $100 a bottle.
They're trying to Coors this stuff. That's what they're doing.
And me, if I get a $100 bottle of liquor, I'm like, I'm going to milk that for like 4 years. My wife will go through a bottle of chartreuse in like a week. I'm like, what are we doing here? That's $100 a bottle.
Bought it to drink it.
I know. Caitlin Clark gets a lot of the headlines in the WNBA. Ross, there should be something to be said for, and that started when she was in college and carried over because she was electric. Olivia Miles, who plays for the Minnesota Lynx, is better than Caitlin Clark. She's better than Paige Beckers. She's now the fastest in WNBA history. She's a rookie to score 400 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists in a season. She makes plays just like Caitlin Clark, but she's not talked about like Caitlin Clark or Paige
I've never
Beckers.
heard this name before. Olivia Miles?
Olivia Miles. She went to school at Notre Dame. Why is that? What is it in the it factor? Is it just, hey, Caitlin was first, so she gets to enjoy it? I'm not kidding. Olivia Miles is a lot better than Caitlin Clark and makes passes just as just as good as Caitlin Clark.
Dude,
But
I'm not kidding you. I feel like this is the first time I've heard this name.
She's unbelievable.
Olivia Wilde?
Miles.
Am I crazy? Is this the first time we've talked about this lady?
I've mentioned her in passing a couple times, but
she plays for Minnesota. Okay. And is Minnesota pretty good in the league so far?
Yeah, they're leading the league.
Okay.
But she's not the marketing machine that Caitlin Clark is. Paige Beckers is probably when it comes to marketing in the WNBA, I think it goes Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Asia Wilson. Maybe Angel Reese after that.
Sophie Cunningham is probably second.
Yeah, but more for her looks than it is her play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you
the marketing. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And she's good. She's not.
Yes.
It's not a Danica Patrick, Annika Kournikova situation where she doesn't belong in the league. She's really good and really attractive. So I think marketing wise, she's probably number 2 outside of Caitlin Clark. I honestly think that the third one's probably Angel Reese still. I mean, I see her in commercials, and whenever she gets a rebound, it's on, TikTok.
Casey puts it probably, she's legit, but here's her problem. She goes about her business and plays ball. In today's world, you got to play ball and just not go about your business. Meaning that if you want the notoriety,
you got to go about other business.
You got to go about other business. And that's not in some people's makeup, right? I mean, some people just don't want to self-promote. They don't want to, they're like, I'll just let my play do the speaking for me. Well, that's only going to take you so far. I mean, Caitlin Clark, it was the way she would get excited, the shots at the time she would hit them. I mean, there was just something that drew you to her.
Something. You nailed it, man. You like when you say what's different between what is the X factor? That's why it's called the X factor. I don't know why the universe, God, chose Caitlin Clark to be the face of this and the one that started the momentum that actually got people paying attention. And the match that lit the fire that's been thrown in. I don't know why that is. And I don't know that, I mean, does it mean then that every woman that comes along now that is as good or better than Caitlin Clark has to have the same fanfare, build up, Nike campaign, Wheaties boxes? That's not going to happen. And we saw that when she got into the league, and it was like, well, Asia Wilson's better than her. Okay. Well, Angel Reese is super famous, and she's not in the top 50 of the league. And I know she's getting better. Okay. It doesn't matter. There's an X factor, and I don't know what. I wish we could describe it. The logo threes are a part of it.
And sometimes it's just better to be first to market. So
true.
And all right, folks, enjoy your Tuesday. Wow. Watch some soccer. I'm going to go hit the golf course, try to stay somewhat cool because it's going to be a hot one. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Thank you for tuning in. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and this month we have some exciting new offers going on. Right now you can get an all-new 2027 QX60 with rates as low as 2.9% plus $1,000 in special finance cash, or lease it with $1,000 in lease cash. Also, we're running low on 2026 QX80s. Get one now for 0% for 60 months. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit us online at willisinfinity.com or stop by our showroom.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job, you know. A front row tickets to every show, you know. hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, Yanair.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, Yanair. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Coming up now, Travis, Ross, and at least one opinion that will get somebody mad online.